Looking for a new pair of cowboy boots? Check out Tecovas. Tecovas is a Western wear company, and they're opening a store at the King of Prussia Mall this month. Tecovas boots are handmade and known for being stylish and comfortable. Some of these cowboy boots remind me of what my grandpa Willie would wear when he rode his horse and taught inner city kids all about cowboy life. The Tecovas grand opening party will be Friday, June 28th through Sunday the 30th. Grab a drink and get fitted by a pro. Find out more and see what catches your eye at tecovas.com. That's TECOVAS.com. See y'all there. Today on CityCast Philly, it's Tuesday, everyone, which means we're rounding up the biggest news stories around Philly. SEPTA is about to start issuing higher fines for disorderly conduct, and they're also gearing up for a major trolley makeover. Plus, we have a Philly news quiz you can play along with. It's Tuesday, June 25th. I'm Trenae Nuri, and here's what Philly's talking about. Joining me this week is Asha Prihar, our Hey Philly newsletter editor. Hey, Asha.
Hi, Trenae.
And Abby Fritz, CityCast Philly producer. Hey, Abby.
Good morning, Trenae.
Recently, PennDOT installed a new highway sign on I-95 at the ramp near Cottman Avenue and State Road in the Tacony neighborhood. And it's interesting because we just had an episode yesterday about signs in our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
But this sign is really, really interesting. Anyway, let me give you a little backstory. So this is a sign that is placed in the same site that had the deadly truck fire and collapsed the bridge last year. And the roadway fully reopened in May. Well, according to 6ABC, the sign that is now posted, it's fresh, it's green, it's big. Well, that sign is misspelled. So instead of saying Central Phila, which is kind of weird anyway, but instead of saying Central Phila, CENTRAL, the sign was spelled CENRTAL, Phila.
Oh my gosh.
How did PennDOT miss this?
They need a copy editor.
And especially since, this was the sign to fix. Of all the signs, this was the one, because everyone was paying attention to this part of the road. Highway, whatever.
Yeah, no, it got national attention when that collapse happened, and the governor made a huge deal about fixing everything and getting everything back to normal, and then it opens, and they couldn't even get the sign right.
But, let's, look even bigger. Why are we still saying Central Phila on a sign? I have never heard any Philadelphian refer to Center City, downtown in that way. Yeah. Hey, where you going to get drinks? Central Phila.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever heard that either. That's I wonder if it's a highway thing where it's like that with every city on an interstate where it's if you're going to the center of the city, it's called Central fill in the blank city name. But yeah, I've always thought that was kind of weird too. Nobody says that.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that. But why is there a disconnect? Between highway language and everyday language.
Maybe if you're coming into Philadelphia, you might not recognize that Center City is referring to Philadelphia. So Center City Phila would be maybe too long for the sign. I don't know. I'm just guessing here.
Okay, I can see that.
These are points.
But you could also put down, you can shorten downtown and put downtown Phila.
True.
That's true.
Also, I want to point out that according to 6ABC, an exit sign along I-95 in Wilmington, Delaware, also had a misspelling of the word Delaware.
Oh my gosh.
Again, I feel like that's critical.
I'm really curious how this gets passed. I'm sure there are multiple people looking at these signs before they get put up, right? I'm whenever I see a typo, I'm like, how?
Yeah.
All right, shifting gears. SEPTA's got a lot of news going on, Abby. What's happening?
Yeah, there's a lot. we're definitely going to talk about the new trolley designs. But first, we've got to talk about some not so fun things, which is increased fines and enforcement. So transit officers have been handing out $25, what they call administrative enforcement notices since 2019. But according to the Inquirer, the fines were rarely paid and didn't deter people from breaking SEPTA's rules, like the rules of conduct on SEPTA.
Like what? Like loud music,
Yeah,
not
smoking,
smoking,
vaping.
stuff like, yeah.
Exactly, those types of things. So starting July 1st, fines for smoking will be going up. It's going to be $100. It's going to be $75 for playing loud music, and then $50 for disorderly conduct. So the reason behind these changes, SEPTA Police Chief Charles Lawson says that an increase in antisocial behavior since the pandemic and kind of a need for system-wide changes to impact how transit riders act is why they're going to try these higher fines and see if it will impact people. Trenae, you have been riding SEPTA since before the pandemic. Have you noticed any difference in the before and after?
Yeah, so I want to say, like, I definitely do more driving now, and that's just because of, like, I don't rely on SEPTA as much as I did before the pandemic. So it's just, like, my kind of, like, lifestyle. I will say, with, like, news stories and things that you see on social media, I do get a little nervous. I would sometimes take SEPTA to go to a game, right? Or like take it back home. And I would just rather pay for the convenience of driving and, feeling a little more safer. Now, in terms of those fines, I could understand like how, okay, you gave me a fine. I'ma still ride the train or I'ma still ride the bus. Like, you're not like gonna take away my weekly pass. So it's kind of like, I don't know how you can really enforce that.
Yeah, I definitely feel you there. I've only ridden SEPTA post-pandemic. I will say there's definitely always a lot of smoking. Definitely always people playing music. But I'm kind of in your camp too, Trenae, where I just really think they're going to have to enforce these fines and like actually come for people if they don't pay them for this to work.
I will say, Abby wasn't really taking transit before the pandemic because I didn't live here. But I use SEPTA a lot. I'm definitely I tend more toward the buses because I feel like the buses tend to be like cleaner and like that you don't see those antisocial behaviors. Like I'll take the BSL to games or concerts or whatever down in South Philly, or like if I want to go to the park on the weekend or something, since that's like the fastest way to get there. And you don't have to worry about traffic on the way all that. Yeah, so I'll take it, but I know I've definitely run into a lot of, you get in a car and it's just so smoky, it smells awful. So I do hope that this enforcement works. I'm honestly kind of surprised that they were only fining people $25 before.
Yeah.
And I know we talked a couple months ago on one of these roundups about the smoke-free SEPTA campaign and how they've been trying to up their signage and stuff to get people to stop through that kind of messaging. So I'm curious to see if that combined with maybe the knowledge that people are going to be fined more could maybe have an impact. I know the city is supposed to be involved in collecting fines now, so I don't know if that's going to up the capacity to actually be collecting these fines from people rather than just kind of threatening them.
To Asha's point, the Office of Administrative Review is now going to be handling collecting fines instead of SEPTA, which is according to the Inquirer. So I don't know. We'll see. If they enforce these tickets more and make people pay them, it could, like you mentioned, Trenae, impact those specific things that they're targeting with those fines. But the overall antisocial behavior, we'll see. We'll keep our eye on it. In the meantime, though, the restored historic trolleys are back on Girard Ave. And kind of big picture here, the city is meant to be getting completely new trolleys citywide starting in 2027, with the whole fleet being replaced by 2030. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited? Do you guys ride the trolleys?
I mean, I've seen the pictures and I honestly think they look really cool.
They do look cool.
I will say I am not a regular trolley rider, but like occasionally, like if I'm going somewhere out of the ordinary that connects to a trolley line, like I might take the trolley there. I know I've been on some of the trolleys like in the suburbs, like the one that goes through media, and like some of those cars, they're very visibly old. Yeah, like I also don't love the whole like having to go up the stairs thing, and I've noticed that in the designs that these are like gonna have lower floors.
Yes.
So hopefully like stairs will be less of an issue. And I know like because it's always like kind of narrow, like coming up the stairs, and it's like it's not the most comfortable
if you're coming up or if someone's coming down.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited to see like these kind of come in. I think they look cool.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm all about for like the futuristic stuff. It just makes you feel good. And also like Asha, like you mentioned, the practical things like help me get up there.
Yes.
You know, so.
Yeah, totally. And Philadelphia Magazine shared the renderings in an article that we'll definitely drop the link in our show notes. And you guys are totally right. They look super futuristic to me. They kind of remind me more of like almost the SEPTA subway cars to me, but like, you know, obviously like trolley sized. And they're going to be longer, so you can fit more people in there. There's also like a nod to the Liberty Bell in the design of the face of the trolley, which I find really interesting.
That's cute.
It's sweet. They did it. So the trolley cars are going to fit 120 passengers, and we'll have seats for a third of them. These designs are from Alstom Transportation, who's going to be building 130 trolley cars. They also say the new design is going to make trolley trips 20% shorter, which is really interesting. They're still 3 years away, but definitely excited to see how these turn out, and we'll have the link in our show notes to these new renderings.
Awesome. I'm excited. Okay, coming up after the break, your Philly news quiz.
Hi, I'm David Plotz, CEO of CityCast. Or, as I can say now, thanks to a few weeks with Babbel, hola, soy David Plotz, el jefe de CityCast. What if in 2024 you got a little bit better every day? When you're learning a new language with Babbel, that's exactly what you're doing. And if Babbel can help me start speaking a new language in just 3 weeks, imagine what you could do in a full year. I got started with Babbel because I realized that my girlfriend, who's a native Spanish speaker, and my son, who's in AP Spanish, were conspiring against me, or I thought they were conspiring against me in Spanish. I wanted to know what they were talking about. And now, thanks to literally just a few weeks of Babbel, I'm starting to be able to eavesdrop. It is rare that something so fun and simple, and Babbel is super fun and very simple, is also so useful. So here's a special limited time deal for CityCast listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for CityCast listeners at babbel.com/CityCast. Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/CityCast. Spelled BABBEL.com/CityCast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
All right, we've got our news quiz next.
Yeah.
Asha, what do you have for us?
So we've been doing this, pretty much every week. We're going to do something a little tiny bit different this time. It's mostly the same. I'm going to still have 3 questions for you as usual, but I've also prepared 3 hints for each of them. You don't have to use these hints if you happen to know the answer already. And you don't have to use all of them, but if you are stumped, ask me for a hint. I'll throw you a hint and we'll see how it goes. So rolling right into the first question, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I went outside a total of 1 time this entire past weekend, and I'm really glad that I didn't go out more because according to the Philadelphia Inquirer, the temperature in Philly got up to 98 degrees on Saturday.
Ugh.
So my little news quiz trivia question for you is, before this last weekend, when was the last time it got that hot in Philadelphia? I'm looking for the month and the year.
Oh, the month and the year. I can't remember if it got this hot last year.
It definitely did not get this hot.
Yeah.
Or maybe it did get hot, but not for such a long period of time.
Yeah.
I'm going to say randomly. I feel like August gets aggressively hot.
True.
So I'm going to say August of 2023.
Okay. I'm gonna tap you for a hint.
Okay, so this particular month when this like 98 plus degree temperature happened, that particular month was the hottest month in Philly, stretching back to 1874, according to the Inquirer. So it's a month that you may remember being very, very hot.
Okay.
I'm going to stick to August 2023.
I'm going to go with July 2022.
Okay.
Oh, 2022.
We're going back to 2022.
Interesting. Okay, so I feel like if you like combine your answers, you guys kind of collectively got it. So it was August, but it was August 2022 and not August 2023. August 22 was actually the last time the temperature got up to 98 degrees in Philly, according to the Inquirer. And you may remember like summer 2022 was like really hot. It was actually the second hottest summer on record in Philly, according to the Inquirer. All right, so on to the next question. This one's about a Philly business. Do you guys know GoPuff?
Yes.
Like the snack delivery service founded by Drexel students based here in Philly. So they announced their quote unquote biggest ever partnership recently with a former professional athlete. This is according to the Philadelphia Business Journal. So my question is, which athlete is this big partnership with?
A Philadelphia athlete?
No, actually. That was one of the hints.
Wow, this is hard.
Can you tell me what sport they played?
That is also one of the hints that I had ready for you guys. So yeah, he's a football player, and it's a he.
Okay. Marshawn Lynch, who used to play for the Seahawks and I think the Raiders. I say Marshawn Lynch because when he played football, he was very like, I'm not talking to the media. Like, but then after he stopped playing, his personality just like came out. He did stuff with like NASA and like he did all these like funny commercials and stuff. So I feel like his personality really shined, and I feel like that matches with like the Go Puff brand.
Wait,
it's probably not it. But
okay, I can't remember this guy's name, but who's that guy that everybody except people in Boston don't like? And they just
Tom Brady?
Yeah, like or is that the guy who just did the like Netflix special, like the roast of?
Yeah,
blah,
that
blah,
was
blah.
him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was Tom Brady.
I'm guessing Tom Brady because I think he's bored. If I'm being honest. Wait, he doesn't play anymore, does he?
He does not play anymore.
Okay.
If I find out, if you're about to tell me that Drexel students are working with Tom Brady, so sorry I'm yelling, but it's gonna crush my heart. That's like a major come up. It's probably not him. Who is it, Asha?
Trenae, I'm so sorry, but it's Tom Brady.
What?
Oh, no. That's so funny.
Oh my God.
Also, how did I get this answer right?
Yeah, like Abby's like, you know, the guy that everyone doesn't like. Boston. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's Tom Brady, the former New England Patriots quarterback. I have to say I was very surprised to see this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, according to the Business Journal, it's a 3-year deal, and as part of it, Brady is going to help GoPuff develop some exclusive products, and his main focus is going to be on like health and wellness products.
I was just about to say that because like GoPuff sells like chips and like, you know, like munchy snacks. So like Tom Brady's like super healthy, and I'm not seeing the connection, but that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of surprised because I know a lot of Philly sports fans don't like him. But I guess GoPuff's a national brand at this point. So, you know, they've partnered with a number of celebrities.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I guess make of it what you will.
No, but it's interesting though because I feel like this is a good thing though, because sometimes late night, you want some healthy stuff, like especially if you're like, okay, I've been focusing on my diet and I don't want to make a mistake. I'm watching my calories and maybe they're going to develop low carb, low calorie, high protein and good snacks. Maybe.
But if it was called like the Brady beef jerky, like there's no way I'm buying it. You know what I mean? Like I can't do it.
I will say that it also mentioned in this Business Journal article that they're going to be putting together a celebrity tote bag that you can buy with certain products put in it, and it's called the Brady bag. So,
Abby, 2 for 2.
They're going to put the Brady beef jerky in the Brady bag. God. Wow.
We better watch out. GoPuff's going to hire Abby for all of her ideas.
Did they call Jason Kelsey? Did they call Brian Dawkins? Like, were they just not available? Like, call Joelle? Like,
I don't know, man. But yeah, I guess we'll move to the next question. So as you guys have heard, since we mentioned it earlier on the podcast, former president and now presidential candidate Donald Trump was in Philly over the weekend, and he held a rally at Temple. So while he was in town, he stopped for a cheesesteak, as many
I knew where this was
political
going.
candidates do. So do you guys know which shop he went to?
I'm going to say it's Alessandro's. That's my guess, because I don't know.
It was a South Philly spot. Geno's.
Okay, so it is in South Philly. That is true, but it's also not either of the ones that you guys just mentioned. It's also not where you would expect for like a political candidate or famous person.
Okay. Is it Cosme's?
No.
Okay.
Phillips?
It was not Phillips. It's named after two guys, actually, instead of just one.
2 guys.
2 guys. Oh, well, okay. Tony Luke's?
Yeah. So Tony Luke's in South Philly is not called Tony Luke's anymore. It's actually called Tony and Nick's. This is the location on Oregon Avenue. It was renamed like a couple years ago. There was some drama. We won't go into it. But it used to be called Tony Luke's. Now it's Tony and Nick's. And that is indeed where Trump went. Which, do you guys find this surprising? Like, I was kind of like, he didn't go to Pat's or Gino's.
Maybe it's like it's on Oregon, so it's easy to like get on the highway or something afterwards. They were like, our exit route is close. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never had Tony and Nick's, so I have no idea if he made a good pick there, but that was a spot.
I have not tried Tony and Nick's yet. But you know what? This is the positive I'm going to pull out from this. It's great that the team decided to pick different spots to highlight different businesses so that everyone kind of got some play, I think that part's great.
Totally.
Asha, that was a really good news quiz. You really got us on that one.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, that was Asha Prihar, our Hey Philly newsletter editor, and Abby Fritz, CityCast Philly producer. Thanks for joining me this week, y'all.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you, Trenae.
That's all for today here on CityCast Philly. How well did you do on that news quiz? Share this episode with a friend, rate the show, leave us a review, and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to sign up for our morning newsletter, Hey Philly, to learn more about what else Philly's talking about. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye.